of technology. There's one company that has always been a standard here at Realcomm. Anant Yardi started it years and years ago. It has been a delight to work with their people, and Todd Huebsch is one of the principals. Please welcome him, and thanks for coming to be on the program.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
You are originally an Oracle person, is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
And recently, how recently at Yardi?
September.
September. So what is it, now you've got, we all come from lots of different places, what is it that Yardi gets right?
Well, I think there's a couple things. I think one is just the level of investment and the focus. Yardi, with 5,000 employees, we're the largest software provider in the world that just focuses on real estate. So there's an intense level of focus, and as that goes into roadmap, right, number of developers, and number of product strategy people, and number of people in general that think about, and all they do wake up every day is think about this industry. So I think that's one thing that's real different. And then the focus side of that is 100% real estate. It's all about real estate. So.
What are some of the major differences between a corporate culture in other places and a corporate culture in Yardi?
I think the corporate culture in Yardi is very open. It's entrepreneurial. It's let people take risk. It's let people take control of their job environment and run with it. So I think there's a lot of freedom to do that. There's a lot of freedom to try new things. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of openness. So it's a really positive environment overall.
A lot of people this particular conference are talking about open source. Yardi is a proprietary system. In what way are you sort of answering the call to openness and to being able to customize your software and use it how the user wants to use it?
Yeah, no, good question. And I think the proprietary, maybe it's a little bit terminology, but I mean, Yardi's built on an open .NET platform, which is an open platform. We run on a SQL Server database, which is an open database. So proprietary, I guess, in a sense, but also a lot of open foundation in terms of what we're built on. I think from a data integration and an open source standpoint, we've always been very passionate about our belief in what we call our core stack, or our single stack, which is this end-to-end capability from CRM through back office, accounting and property management, construction, through tenant portals, right? This whole end-to-end component that goes into a single data model. But we get that sometimes companies want to go outside of that and work with other products. So why we certainly believe very strongly in that single stack solution that we have. We also have strong integration tools to connect with other systems. We have a middleware tool a lot of people don't know about called ETL, and that's basically moving data from point A to point B. We have a partner integration program, a SIP program we call it, which uses OSCAR standards and lets partners come in and build integration to their products. So we do have a very open environment from that perspective, and a lot of tools and partner solutions to help our customers integrate as they want to.
What are you most excited when someone asks you about Yardi? What are you most excited to talk about?
I think there's a couple things. I think one thing is just is the now in terms of we're pretty unique with the platform that we're able to bring to market with this single data model, everything flowing into a business intelligence solution. And so there's a lot of pluses around what we have today, and I think there's a lot of exciting things about the tomorrows. With that scale that I talked about in the employee base, there's an amazing amount of development and innovation that comes out of Yardi. I mean, there's dozens of enhancements for each of these modules that are coming out, multiple times per year. And I think about it from a depth and breadth standpoint. So I think about product enhancements or product roadmap from a depth perspective, and what I'm talking about there is building out additional functionality within each module. I'll give you a quick example. Visualization tools in our leasing or CRM tools. So customers can look at stacking plans or floor plans and visually see their data and see color-coded vacancies or color-coded options or any data that's in the lease system referenced in a visual environment. So there's some really exciting, very specific, and these are oftentimes customer-driven requirements that are coming into our product throughout the year. And then there's a future a little bit further down the road. I guess it's not further down the road in one aspect, and that there's some example I'll give you in a second here, but I heard Onnit call it the Uberification of real estate. And so he's saying, what we see coming down the road are individual apps that let people do their businesses, unique business processes with a mobile device. And the example that's here today is around maintenance, where a tenant can put in a work request on a phone, on their iPhone, goes right into a maintenance system, and then is routed to a maintenance technician's mobile phone. So they're getting that same, there's a work order to go fix something at unit 123. Let's say there's something that needs to be ordered or procured to solve that work order issue. So somebody goes on their mobile device and orders whatever it is to fix it. Now that's routed through the system, and somebody gets an AP approval and accounting request on their mobile device. So the whole concept, and that's an example that's here today. That's something that that we have. But I think in the future there's going to be a lot more of those mobile app, very specific business process type things that are going to be solved through the software.
If someone is considering making the move to Yardi, if someone is looking at Yardi as a software solution, what is the one thing they should know?
I think the one thing that they should know is the present is accounted for in that probably the deepest and broadest set of real estate applications that are out there today, and the future is also accounted for with that R&D, that scale that I talked about, that focus on just this industry, about ensuring that as industry trends come down the pike, we're going to be right there with those industry trends to support the customers in the future as they need additional mobile devices or social. We're looking at a lot of social media type development around, let's say an example, multifamily, customers making comments about your residential apartment building, right? So how do you aggregate and capture that data and be able to analyze it and understand it and collaborate back with those customers? So I think the future is covered and the now is covered.
Terrific. Todd, thank you so much for being with us.
Absolutely, thank you.
Todd Huebsch from Yardi, and we've been hearing a lot